I don't know. Who's it favoring?
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get it.
Would you like to see Gervonta face next after this?
I would like to see Gervonta fight for a world title.
Against who?
Is he at 135, right?
135, 140.
Oh, it's only one champ at 135, and that's Devin Haney.
Tank has always had his fair share of critics, but one of the loudest voices to ever challenge him isn't another male fighter. It's Claressa Shields. The two-time Olympic gold medalist and undisputed champion in multiple divisions has never held. Back when talking about Tank, to her, he's always been overrated, someone who's been hyped up by the boxing world more than he deserves. And after Tank's controversial draw against Lamont Roach, she had something to say, once again, if you asked a lot. Of fans, the fight with Roach was supposed to be another dominant display from Davis, but it didn't go that way. Instead, what fans got was a shaky performance, one that made people question if Davis was really as great as advertised and Shields wasted.
I mean, we gotta think before we.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I think that Tank is a great fighter and Roach is a great fighter, and they both had a good fight. I think Tank is going through things that we don't know that he's going through mentally, so that's why I kind of like don't want to. I think that whenever I say something about him, it go viral, and then they make it a way for us to beef or whatever.
Pile on.
Yeah, and it's more of like I ain't got to be friends with him, but I don't hate the dude, and I wish him well. I think that if he get his mental together, he'll fight better.
Remember.
No time in jumping in. Right after the fight, she said, "Might be the perfect time for Tank to finally get that therapy he wanted. If he can get his mind right, he can get back in the game." It wasn't just a casual jab. Shields knew exactly what she was doing. Tank had previously spoken about therapy and how it could help him get through the tough, harsh world of boxing. Shields, throwing it back in his face right after a fight that left his reputation in doubt. That was just pure fire aimed at Tank.
Ever laced up and you think Shakur gotta prove something to you. You sound stupid. Go glove up first. I done seen that boy do some miraculous things inside of a gym. Beat guys up from his weight class all the way up to 178.
Because you know the big one, they want, Shakur and Tank. That's the one everybody's talking about. That's the one they want. Tank
is be mad at me, boy, and that lead up.
You gonna go crazy in that?
Yeah, be calling me.
And it wouldn't be the first one, however. Tank was not about to let that slide. It didn't take long for Davis to fire back. He clapped back, saying, "How's some woman boxer going to think she can take down a male professional boxer? The fact that some grown woman can think of that is just one reason why I don't even have something to say. Can't start throwing words with a deluded woman." It was classic Tank, direct, dismissive, and ready to turn the heat up. But if there's one thing about Claressa Shields, it's that she doesn't back down. She's been saying for years that she could beat male boxers, especially Tank. She's sparred with them, trained with them, and has always made it clear that she thinks most of them, including Tank, wouldn't stand a chance against Shields, has been on this for a long time. Back in 2019, she confidently claimed she could take down Keith Thurman, and even said she could give Gennady Golovkin a run for his money. Wasn't just saying it for the headlines. She truly still believes it. And when it came to Tank, her opinion was even sharper. To her, Davis is just a small fighter, someone she can break down with her superior skills and experience. She's always been vocal about the size difference being overrated. "I spar with men all the time. I drop them. I bust their noses," she once said in an interview. She wasn't saying she could beat every man, but she had no doubt in her mind that certain.
Would you still favor Gervonta over Keyshawn right now, and why?
No, I mean, it'd be a really good fight, but like I said, Tank got a lot of stuff that Keyshawn had to go against, but Keyshawn got something that you can't take, and that's that self-belief in himself. He got that dog, he got a good chin. He coming to fight you, he don't care what you're doing. Like, that's a dangerous fighter who's not scared to lose, who's willing to go out on their shield. Keyshawn's a hard fighter to beat. 100%.
Fighters like Tank weren't as untouchable as they thought. In fact, she sees younger fighters like Keith Shawn giving Tank a hard time. This isn't the first time Shields and Davis have clashed. Their beef has been around for years, fueled by constant back and forths on social media.
Tank. I am so happy that you think I look like a French bulldog and you consider me ugly.
Just last year, things got personal when Davis insulted Shields' looks, calling her a French bulldog. Shields didn't hesitate to fire back, hitting him where it hurt, bringing up his past legal troubles. I'm so happy. You think I look like a French bulldog because you only beat up the ones you think are cute, she shot back.
I made them box. I had to box. I had to get myself out of my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was coming to, I didn't say I'm gonna be this
champion.
Yeah, undisputed champion. Nigga, I was saying I need to get money. I need to get out of my situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing why I say, like, once I get to, why I'm at this level, like, it's no point, like, it's no more point to prove to myself. Cause I already, you feel me?
It was a brutal response, one that had fans talking for days. Shields has never respected the way Tank carries himself in the sport. She's been vocal about how much of his success came from having Floyd Mayweather by his side. To her, he was never self-made. He was guided, protected, and built up by one of the greatest boxers of all time. She even said, "If you ain't had Floyd right there, holding your hand, I don't know where you would be at." That cut deep because it played into one of the biggest criticisms Tank has faced, that he hasn't truly faced the toughest competition out there, that he's been carefully moved through his career. But Tank already made it clear that he already...
I got more Olympic gold medals than him. He can't say that I can't box.
Yeah.
So what else you gonna say?
Man, she ugly.
And you're short. So it'd be like, when he went that route, and I've been like an advocate for him, like when he got into the trouble, I didn't share nothing.
Achieved his goals. But what really seems to irritate Shields the most is how people act like Tank is untouchable. She's made it clear that she doesn't buy into that myth, and the Roach fight only gave her more fuel. A draw against a fighter most. People thought Tank should have dominated to Shields. That is all the proof she needed that he isn't as great as people made him out to be. And when she made her therapy comment, she wasn't just talking about his mental health. She was questioning.
Can bang, can box, and I think that he's a better boxer than Tank. Now, is he a knockout artist? No. But that fight, Shakur got enough power and the skill set to where he can offset some stuff with Tank. Tank knows that. And if Shakur's so easy to beat, Tank should just fight him.
His whole career, his whole image, she wasn't stopping here. It seems that Claressa Shields isn't about to let the controversy surrounding Tank's fight with Lamont Roach Jr. die down to Shields. The whole situation only confirmed what she's believed. For years, Tank is a dangerous fighter, but he's also just another pretty boy of the sport, hyped beyond his worth. And worse, he was making excuses. Shields took particular issue with Davis, complaining about grease in his hair affecting his performance. "Grease, you worried about grease? A lot of male boxers fight with blood in their eyes," she shot out.
Are you really that good or not? The cream is going to rise to the top regardless. So even though your career is manufactured, you still got to go out there and win. Even though you're getting these opportunities, you still got to make them count. Every opportunity they gave to Tank, most of the time it ended in a knockout. So he made it count. The thing is, the entire time he was a protected fighter, the entire time. So now you're at the mountaintop, people looking at you like you Floyd Mayweather, you Purnell, you Roy, like you pound for pound. They're looking at you like you are a real...
To her, it is just laughable that a fighter with Tank's reputation was even bringing up something like that. This was supposed to be the most feared knockout artist in boxing. The guy who could put anyone to sleep with one punch, and now he was talking about his hair. Shields made it clear that real fighters pushed through way worse, and if Tank wanted to be taken seriously as a true warrior, he needed to start acting like one. And as much as Tank fans might not like Shields' argument, this one.
All the talk throughout the years, what you would do against somebody like Tank, your style versus his, was that not the blueprint? And can you not do 10x that?
I'm not even going to shit on her, but look, I want some money tonight. That's all I'm asking for. I want money tonight.
Shakur, tell us something, bro. Like, what did you think about the decision?
I ain't going to shit on him.
Okay.
We still got to see each other. He say he want to fight me, so we going to fight.
But what do you think about the decision?
I told him I won.
You told him on one. Got you.
Makes sense to many. Shakur can bang, can box. And I think that he's a better boxer than Tank. Now is he a knockout artist? No. But that fight Shakur got enough power and a skill set to where he can offset some stuff. With Tank, Tank knows that. And if Shakur is so easy to beat, Tank should just fight him. The two-time Olympic gold medalist continued dissecting the fight, breaking down why she believed Roach had done enough to get the win. If one judge had Tank, 115, 113, and the others had it. Even 114, I believe Roach won the fight because that knee he took was 100% a knockdown. Shields argued she wasn't alone in this belief. Many in the boxing world felt that the referee made a mistake by not counting that moment as a knockdown.
And if he's to be successful, how would he do that?
To beat Tank?
Yeah.
Now you want me to give somebody the game plan on how to beat Tank?
You'll be a great trainer because you have the skill.
Don't like me, so I ain't gonna get nobody to rank.
Shields made sure to remind everyone that if it had been Tank and Roach's position, the call would have gone differently. But Shields wasn't just talking about this fight. She was using it to highlight a bigger point. She had made before to her Tank was always protected. She had been saying it for years that he was given favorable matchups, and now with a controversial draw against Roach, she felt like she had more proof they've been doing this for him. She said, when it's a real fight, they make sure it doesn't go against him. She didn't outright call it a robbery, but she made it clear she believed Tank got lucky, like he's always been.